Happy Sunday Nunday. Are you with me? Who is here in the house? Hello, hello. I'm watching for the peoples. There we go. Happy Nunday, everyone. Come on in. Who is with me? There we go. There's my girl, MJ. Hello. And Tammy's here too. Yay. Hi, Kathy. And Diane, good morning. Good afternoon, everybody else. Hi, Susan and Joyce. Hello, Michelle. And another Susan, good morning. Maggie's here. Hi, Rebecca. And there's Jenny. Martha. Joanne. All the lovely ladies. All the lovelies. Well, welcome everyone. I'm so glad you're here. You know, I'm exhausted. I don't know about you guys. I'm just exhausted. It's a lot. I have, with this book that we're in the midst of writing and, you know, 2 Facebook Lives a day, it's just a lot. I will not be doing the cooking today. I'm not cooking today. I will tell you though, I will be cooking and I will announce on Monday how the cooking is going to be going forward. I'm not going to be doing it every day. It's just too much. It breaks everything up. I try to show up with Marla's lives, between her lives, my lives, and everything else. It's made for very long days because I'm just still, you know, trying to get pushed through on this book. I'm not going to make my goal today. My goal was to have it today in her hot little hands so she could get it done. I'm short a few chapters. I still have a lot to do. But, you know, the point is, it's, you know, I did push myself hard. I didn't quite make my goal, but I'm still pleased with the fact that I pushed hard. But I'm just letting you know, Tammy says, so many lives, no life. Yeah, you know, I'm used to being home anyway. I'm used to being in, and there's really, honestly, for me, this is not much of a change. You know, being home all the time, because I pretty much do that anyway. And I made a choice a few years ago to do a whole lot less traveling and to stay home and to, you know, do that kind of thing. I used to go to a lot of little events and did all kinds of stuff, but I'm now just, you know, and now with all of this, I just wonder what's going to happen to big events. I really wonder. And you know, we have our event, we have our Full Bloom event, and we've had that, you know, we had it in April and we ended up doing it online. We had to. And we had a terrific time, but there's just nothing like getting together with people, you know? So I'm glad your friend Deborah's here. Hi, Deborah. You'll miss my cooking shows. Joyce, I'm still going to be doing cooking shows. I'm just not going to be doing them every single day. The pressure's a lot. Number one, and trying to keep it changed up, and number two, you know, how we eat at home and everything is pretty much, you know, that. But I mean, I feel obligated to make things that aren't just for how Mark and I eat at home, right? Because there's a lot of people watching, and I want to make sure that I'm hitting all the bases. So I am going to be doing something once a week or maybe twice a week or whatever. I will let you know tomorrow on Monday. Because honestly, I really, it's important to me that I keep in touch and keep helping people with cooking and what have you. I do hope that if there's one thing that people have taken away from this whole pandemic thing is that, you know, cooking at home is really where it's at. You know, this is what we need to be doing anyway. One of the things that they have, and in all restaurants, and this is part of the problem, all restaurants have crappy seed oils, and they all use them. All of them. I don't even care if it's like the best farm to table restaurant. I mean, they'd have to prove it to me that they don't. But it's just almost, you know, it's expensive to not use cheap oil. So there's that. And eating at home, you get to control every single ingredient. And every single ingredient can be up a level and be better. And it's just so much better for your health to eat at home. You know, I'm not ever going to apologize for that. And we have gone out so little since we have been here. And this is the honest to God truth. We have been here since July, late July is when we arrived here in Brevard. And by the way, Michelle, that is where the fall full bloom event will be. It'll be right here. But yeah, I am hoping and praying with all my might that you know, we will be opened up enough that we can do that. It'd be just so good. But since we have been here, we have gone out approximately 3 times. 3 times in all the time. 3 times. That's it. And twice of those times, 2 times, it was with Marla and Robert. So you know, we don't go out to dinner. We eat at home. And we eat, you know, it's really interesting. I was looking, you know, at my recycling. We mow through 2 big, you know, Costco-sized things of one of salad and one of spinach every single week. We eat a lot. You know, this is the reason we do is just because this is here and this is what's available, you know. And I gotta up my game though on my salad because I'm getting really bored with it. So, you know, I'm gonna up my game on that. You know, a week from tomorrow, the sprint starts. Can you believe tomorrow is June 1st? Where has this month gone? Joyce, come. I would love to meet you. I would love everybody to come. It's in September. Jenny just posted the thing. I'd love everybody to come to our event in September. It's in September 20-something or other. I'm sorry. But if you have tickets to the Full Bloom event, you're automatically on the list. You can come, and we will be having, and get on the VIP list too, because we are going to do a meet and greet on Friday night, and you will be out on our deck. Can you believe that? We will be out on the deck having wine and appetizers and looking out at the beautiful view. That's what we'll be doing in September. That's my hope and dream. I want everybody here. I want to have people in my home, you know, and you guys are my family, and having you here would just be, you know, we were all so excited about it. And then, you know, when the pandemic happened, we held off as long as we could for saying, you know, we're not going to have it, but you know, that's how it is. Yes, Joyce, do invite friends to come. And Kathy, a road trip from Florida. That's fabulous. You know, I might pull Marla into this. I don't know. We'll talk. You know, Marla and I are always talking about like what's next and all of that. So yeah, just keep it, you know, keep it in prayer and keep it as part of like a possibility. Wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, the sprint starts on a week from tomorrow, and I want you in on it. I've got sprouts going already. So if you have sprouts, you know, get going on that. I do my broccoli sprouts in the little trays that I got off of Amazon, and I buy my broccoli seeds that way too. And they're just amazing. They are just absolutely amazing. Yeah, I might have Marla come to the meet and greet at least. I don't know. We might change the event. We might have she and I might do it together. You just don't know. That's how we roll. We do things together. A lot. So anyway, you guys, I don't know. We shall see. Our Ships Free product this week has changed, you guys. It has changed. It's Leptifix. I absolutely adore Leptifix. Leptifix fixes your leptin so it doesn't bug out on you. Because when you're on a diet or when you're changing up your diet, when you start losing weight, your leptin goes kind of wacky. This keeps it so it does not. You know, I don't really talk much about weight loss supplements or anything like that, But the two that we have Crave Crusher and Leptifix, are absolutely primo, and they work. I take them every single, I love them. They work. They crush cravings, you know, and this fixes your leptin. Yes, yes. You want to see a video on that? Oh, heck, I'm not going to do a video on that. That is a rebounder. That is a leaps and rebound rebounder. And I've had two, and this one is ridiculously great. We have a link for it. And we also have a a blog post coming out about the benefits of rebounding. The reason I started all with rebounding is just because I am a woman over 60 and I want to keep my bone health. You know, I've got good bone health right now and I want to keep it. I don't want to run. I don't want to do all the dumb things that people are doing that are that can cause joint problems and all of that. Do you know that, for example, when you are running, and if you were a 100-pound woman, which I don't know very many women who weigh 100 pounds, but if you were a 100-pound woman and you run, you're putting 400 pounds of pressure on those joints. That's a lot. So it's really awful. It's so awful and not good for you. I'm sorry, but you know, I got to protect everything I got, right? Are you ready? So watch for the blog post. It's coming. I don't know when I know it's scheduled. We have everything scheduled ahead of time, but watch for the blog post. If you're not getting our emails, you're missing the blog posts when they come out. We have new blog posts going in every week. So just go to savingdinner.com. There's a little annoying pop-up. Yep, I will admit it. It's annoying, but it's effective, okay? Leptin, it's not leptins, it's leptin. Leptin is a hormone. It's part of the hunger hormone. You've got ghrelin and leptin helps to curb the hunger. Yes, it stops you from eating, but leptin kind of goes wonky, right? So when you start losing weight, your leptin kind of goes out of control. This is one of the reasons why we start losing control, and this helps to keep leptin back, puts it back where it needs to be. Ghrelin, same thing. Crave Crusher helps with ghrelin, so does the leptin. But listen, let me just put it to you this way. Leptin, ghrelin are your hunger hormones, and we have ways of correcting them. You know, if you're in any of my groups, you know that's what we do. And that's what we're talking about, too, in the sprint. So, you know, it's free. You don't have to pay any money. You just have to do it. It's easy. You just go to Saving Dinner and grab it. It's right there. But leptin, and I'll tell you, this is gold right here, gold. If you haven't tried it, I don't know what you're waiting for. And the brand new formulation is wonderful too, because it's only one pill. You know, the other one was not. Or yeah, it was. All right, never mind. All right, I have a quote for you. Are you ready? Our quote is so good. This is our quote of the week. If an egg is broken from an outside force, life ends. If an egg is broken from an inside force, life begins. Great things always start and begin on the inside. Love it. Yes, I do have a great workout bra, SheFit. SheFit. Listen, if you've got girls and you don't want them, you know, flapping and hitting you in the face, you got to do something, right? You got to do something. Pin them down. I love SheFit because you put it on, both straps adjust, it crisscrosses in the back, so it helps to give you support here. And the back also has Velcro, so it completely, 100% supports the girls. No side boob bulging out. You don't have a uniboob. It's just really fantastic. Strongly recommend it. So anyway, I was talking about Leptifix. Sorry, this is our supplement of the month. Or of the week, I'm sorry. You put this in your cart. We give you your free shipping. Free shipping. All you have to do is put ships free in the promo window, and we will handle the shipping. We pay for it. That's a pretty good thing. Now, if you spend $200, I'll send you a mindful mug and a sweet little note that says, I love you and think you're wonderful. And furthermore, I'll tell you what else I'll do. I'll send you a nice little note. That's all I'm going to do. Also, $100, $5, you get a mindful mug, and you'll get a nice little card. I like cards. Don't you like getting notes? Don't you like getting things in the mail? Has anybody sent you anything lovely lately in the mail? It's a treat to get something in the mail because honestly, a little note in the mail, we send emails, text messages. You know, we hardly pick up the phone anymore, but I'll tell you, this is how we do things here at Saving Dinner. So cooking will be announced tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'll talk to you about when I will be doing my cooking show and what you can expect. So I will not be cooking at 4 o'clock tomorrow, or today rather, and I'll let you know tomorrow what's up with that, you know. So also don't forget that Friday is Q&A. If you send in a question, I will answer it. Just send it to support@savingdinner.com. In the subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. I really appreciate the questions too, by the way. You guys, they're thoughtful, and it's obvious you're thinking, and it's obvious you're doing, which I like. Because you know what? When we don't do, we lose. We lose. Because then we're just, what, you know? Okay. What else do I have for you? Support@savingdinner.com is the email. Did I say that? I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I had a weird night's sleep. Have you ever had a night where you've been sleeping and it's just been like, you feel like you've been up all night, like pedaling a bike or something? I don't know, maybe I was just I don't know. Anyway, I didn't sleep very well last night. It happens. So today I've said I was going to share with you, and I am. I'm going to share with you a page from my journal. And this is what I wrote. And I've got some stuff to go with it because I think this is really important. And I was thinking about this whole wise women's thing. And this is just right before the wise women kind of brand came up. And it's aware that wisdom isn't an innate ability, rather a cumulative mishmash of skill, experience and practicality, common sense and intuitiveness. I love that because it totally embraces all that we are. Our intuitiveness does play into wisdom, but we can't rely 100% on that. Otherwise, we're know-it-alls, right? We can't rely 100% on common sense either, because sometimes common sense, there are things that supersede common sense, you know, when you have that knowing and that whatever. I believe that wisdom, that our intuition rides over what people will say is like the thing to do. For example, if you have been in a place where the common sense would have said, well, just all you have to do is do this, do this, do this. And your wisdom, you have an intuition about it, you know? You have an intuition about it and you say, no, I think I should do this instead. And it seems like, well, that's kind of, it's almost like taking the long way instead of the short way. But it turns out for the best. That's wisdom. Our skill, experience, the practicality of the whole thing is wisdom. We are practical. We're mamas, you know. I mean, so much of these things play into everything. Wisdom's also directly connected to our ego. Isn't that interesting? And our ego, you know, if you guys have ever taken a psychology classes or anything, I mean, that's just the id. That's our, basically our personality. It's partly of who we are. Not entirely, but it's our identification, you know, our id. And what I have found, and I wrote these things down, is like, where is it? Where do you find wisdom? If you're a seeker, if you're looking, and if you want wisdom in your life, where do you find it? Well, I've got 8 things for you, and I think these are pretty good. If I do say so myself. The first one is willingness. Gosh, we talked about willingness just a little bit yesterday, right? Willingness is just, it's everything. Willingness gives you an opportunity to learn and to grow. And as a matter of fact, after I'm done with this this Facebook Live, I'm going to hop onto a workshop that I signed up for and paid money for to learn how to be, it's to be more woke is what it is. And it's a Black woman teaching white women what is important to the Black community. Because, you know, I said yesterday, I was just so upset with watching the Floyd thing, you know, with George Floyd's murder on TV over and over again. And I had a Black woman say, no, we want that out there. And I didn't understand. And I felt like really stupid and very full of myself. Like, who am I to say anything? And I realized at that moment, I need to be taught and I need to hear from somebody else. I need a perspective that's not mine. I need a perspective that's wise from a woman who has walked in that place. I've never had to have a conversation with my son to be careful at night. She has. I want to hear from her. And so this is a willingness on my part to put down. I still think it's one of the most horrible things I've ever seen, but my willingness to see something that makes me so incredibly uncomfortable and to go and to say, okay, I'm wrong, show me, is going to help to teach me and is going to help to expand the borders of my heart. You know, I need that. I need that always and constantly. Don't we all? And number 2 is being unselfish. We get selfish. We get centered on what it is that we're doing. We get centered and focused on just our things. When we're unselfish, we see beyond our own little place. We see beyond what it is that we're about, and that there are other people and other perspectives, other folks that need a different perspective. We also are generous. Generosity isn't selfish. Generous is giving. Generous is being open. And that generosity can't come from a place of being selfish. Generous and selfish don't run in the same crowd, you know? We open our hearts and we're unselfish and we give. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. And we're reflective as well. That's number 3. We have the ability to reflect. What did I just say? Was that the right thing to say? What's that about? Why am I getting this pushback? Am I going to stand strong? I mean, I'm using this whole thing that happened to me yesterday. But, you know, I had an opportunity to just push back and to hold my ground, but I chose not to. I wanted to. That was my ego. That's the selfish me saying, oh, no, I'm right. You know, what about the mother? But that's not wise. Wisdom reflects. Wisdom stops. Wisdom reflects, like, what just happened here? Let's take it into another perspective. You know, if you have routines and if you have respect, you know, if you have, I don't know, if you have like a ritual that you're doing every day and it's just not working, you have to stop and reflect. What's going on here? Why is this not working for me? Why am I not getting to my goals? What am I missing? Reflection gives you the opportunity to draw that experience out. And, you know, you've heard me say 100 times, you know, pull the plug of the emotion and get right into it and see what's going on. Because that gives us a solution-oriented way. You know, we oftentimes will complain about our husbands, you know, and we say that our husbands aren't listening to us and we don't need, you know, a solution. We don't need them to problem solve. We just need them to hear. Well, sometimes we need to pull out our own emotion, and we don't need to be just ranting endlessly about this, but we just need to reflect on what just happened. It gives us a moment, and it gives us a time to process all of the emotion, all of the stuff. And believe me, that's important. That reflection is important because that reflection leads us to the place of wisdom. I believe this with all my heart. And it gives us an opportunity to be solution-oriented too. Because solutions, this is how we solve things, you know? We can't just be all about being ridiculous. You know, we can't always be ranting and I just need to get it out and letting off steam and what have you. When we do that, we're just a mouth. And wisdom doesn't sometimes is pretty quiet, because wisdom is thinking, wisdom is reflecting, wisdom is holding it in, and wisdom is turning things over and over again, so that you can, you know, chew on it. You've heard that before. I just need to chew on this for a minute. And also wisdom is open-mindedness, you know? And I will tell you, open-mindedness is what opens the door to the next thing and the next thing, and it gives us the ability to be wise women. It opens the door. When we're open, we say, okay, well, what's next? What do I need to learn? Yes, Lisa's asking, the one given by the black woman on how to be woke. Yes, her name's Trudy, and I can't remember her last name. It's happening right now, but I'm just going to jump in late and then watch it all. But, you know, this open-mindedness that, you know, I thought to myself, well, who needs to go to a workshop to learn how to do this? I'm not a racist. Well, maybe I'm not a racist. You know, I think I'm not a racist, but maybe there's a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know about and I need to know from somebody else's shoes, right? From a woman who's had to tell her sons to be careful when they go out at night. From a woman who's put up with so much stuff I've never had in my whole white privilege, never had to deal with. So I cannot wait for this workshop, because I am going in there open-minded, though I was obviously closed-minded, you know, obviously closed-minded, because thinking I didn't need this workshop. Yes, you do, Leanne. You need this workshop. And, you know, you got to have a sense of humor. Is the other thing. When's the last time you laughed at yourself? When's the last time you laughed at something? You just poked fun at something that, you know, I was doing that with Mark this morning. What's up with that? I don't know if you've ever seen that Saturday Night Live skit, but it's like, what's up with that? And it's, you know, we just made a big joke out of it this morning, so that's the running joke today. It's just like, what's up with that? And then we'll start dancing. I thought it was funny. And, you know, nonconformity, too, is part of the whole thing. We can't just conform. We can't just be like everyone else and join the crowd. You know? What's up with that? Be a nonconformist sometimes. Step away and just say, wait a minute. I want to be the person who is a thinker. You know, if you're not a thinker, then you're a stinker. Because we've got to be thinking about this. Everything impacts everything, you know? It's one drop and how many ripples in a pond. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's be the most incredible women that we can possibly be. We do that by being nonconformists. We do that by being thinkers. We do that by expanding the borders of our hearts. We do that by loving greatly, courageously. And we do that by admitting that we don't have it all together. We don't know everything. And that we need more information. We haven't lived in this person's shoes. We don't know what it is. We don't know that in our unwokeness, if you will, that saying all lives matter is an affront to a woman of color. We don't know that. We're the ones who've never had to say to our sons, be careful, or what to do if you get pulled over by a cop. You know? Think about that for a minute. Think about what that must feel like. Ugh. So we need to be listening. And not just hearing, listening. And listening with our hearts. Listening with our big, empathetic, beautiful selves that see a mother crying, that sees a mother over her son. She loves her son as much as I do. Love mine, right? Why wouldn't I listen to that? I have to. It is my obligation as a human being to listen and to learn and to be open and to be a woman of endless love. That's who I want to be. When I leave this planet, and I want God to say to me, well done, my good and faithful servant. You know? And the way we're going to hear that, the way that we're going to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant, is by loving. Loving like there is no tomorrow. By loving and applying wisdom to everything that we do. We can't shrink back. We can't shrink back, and we can't be worried that somebody's going to think, well, oh, she's just this liberal snowflake, or she's just this or that. Oh, you can call me anything you want to call me. But the one thing you will never, ever call me is a woman who doesn't love. Because that's wisdom. And I'm going to be a wise woman. I am going to be a wise woman. I am working on being a wise woman. That is what I'm open to. That's my nonconformity. And I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want to sink to a party line. I want to be open to love, open to carrying a torch if I need to, that says this is wrong and this is right. Use your voice. Speak up. Don't allow things to come in the way between you and what you know in your heart of hearts is right. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. Wisdom does speak up, and wisdom also listens. And that's the kind of woman I want to be. Now, what about you? Is that you? Pinkies up. Pinkies up for wisdom. I love you all, and I really appreciate you joining me today. I will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. No cooking today. And tomorrow at 1 p.m., we'll figure out what we're doing. I'll let you know what we're doing as far as our cooking lessons go, okay? I appreciate you all. Love you. Peace.